Yo, I'm back. I don't know what day this is. I think it might be day 17. Hi, I'm Jules. I'm 47. Just started a YouTube vlog to share what I'm learning, have learned and experienced, what's worked for me, what hasn't, what I'm currently experimenting with and how it's going. So if that interests you, please stick around. Today, I wanted to talk about exactly that. I mentioned how in the Sparketype personality quiz, I am first a Maven, and the description I read you said that Mavens just like to learn things, whether they apply it or not. And that's true, but I think there's a second part to that. And I think it's even in the Sparketype literature, but I didn't find it this time when I was looking for it. But about how I like to then disseminate what I've learned. Like if I find something that I like, whether it's a book or a product or a practice, I want to talk about it to anyone who will listen, and I want to share how amazing it's been for me or what hasn't worked. Yeah, I get really excited about it. And so I think that unbeknownst to me, I kind of enjoy teaching, but not in the traditional sense. I do not want to develop a syllabus. I do not want to follow a course program with homework and, well, any homework that you want to do based on what's worked for me is fine, but you know what I mean. Like no assignments, no school board looking over my shoulder, no board of education. And I don't want the subjects that I study to be dictated to me, and I don't want how I teach to be dictated to me either. I want to learn and experience what I want to learn and experience as I feel guided to, and then turn around and share it with you as I feel guided and desirous. Yeah, so that's kind of a fun discovery, I think. And I'm kind of surprised that I hadn't really realized it earlier. I mean, I kind of have, but I guess because my friend, even before I ended a lot of my friendships, my friend group was pretty small. And I've historically just had different interests from most people I know, so I don't have a lot of opportunity to share what I enjoy and what works for me and what I'm currently obsessing about, because I do have that streak of autism, and I have special interests, although mine seem to shift, and maybe that's the autism plus ADHD. It's I get really deep into something for a while, and then suddenly I have no interest in it and I want to move on to something else, and I dive deep into that. So yeah. Let's see here. What else did I write in my notes? Oh yeah. So I mentioned yesterday that there's a critter in my ceiling. It's probably a rat. And yesterday I found my old electric rat trap, and I thought it would be good. The batteries were actually still good, which surprised me. But one of the metal plates that is a contact for the batteries was corroded all to hell. I tried brushing it with a wire brush, but it seems insalvageable, so I ordered a new one. So in the meantime, until I get that and until it does its job, I have to deal with some scritching sounds in my ceiling while I sleep, which is not ideal. It's not ideal. Last night, I asked my brain to please let me sleep, even if there were sounds, because we're aware of it and we've done what we can until the trap arrives. So alerting me to the fact that that there's a critter there, you know, there's nothing I can do about it in that moment. So please just let me sleep instead. And for the most part it did, but then I had to get up to pee at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And once I'm awake, it's really hard for me to get back to sleep, especially if there are sounds like that. So I ended up relying on my old pal, one-sided relationship, Michael Sealey. He's a YouTuber, and he does sleep hypnosis tracks, and oh my God, they have been a lifesaver. When I quit drinking, and I think a lot of the reason I drank as much as I did was to help me fall asleep, because that's the hardest part for me, is falling asleep. Once I am asleep, I tend to stay asleep until my bladder wakes me up, but falling asleep is super difficult. And so when I quit drinking, I needed something to help me fall asleep. And Michael Sealey is the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees. He is like, I've listened to a few, Michael Tweedle, I think, is another one, but Michael Sealey is the best. So I listened to him, and I think I got a little bit more sleep. I mean, I try to wake up at 4. I think I got up at 4:30 today. So I think I got about an hour more thanks to him. And then, so I went to a retirement party last night for one of my coworkers who's retiring in a week and a half, and a couple of previously retired gentlemen attended the party, and it's been a few months since I've seen them, and they both looked so much happier. Like, the set of their face was completely different. Like, all that tension that used to be there was gone, and I'm super happy for them. But I also think that we all deserve that ease, that sense of ease all the time. That's one of the reasons that I wish it for you at the end of every video. May you feel at ease, because I genuinely think that we deserve it. And life is way too stressful. Like, we've just made a mess of things, making life as stressful as it is. It doesn't have to be this way, and I don't think it should be this way. And I very much would like for us all to be happier and more restful, and just feel loose and easy about how we go about our days. Do what we want to do. Do what makes us feel good. Follow our joy, because then we can spark the joy in each other, and it's exponential. Like, the more joy I feel and share, the more you may feel and share, and thereby everyone you know may feel and share, and it just ripples out. I just rang I have a little bell hanging off my light here that I use to cleanse my my oracle decks and my tarot decks, and I always forget it's there and hit it with my hand, either just my hand or with paint brushes. But that's okay. We got a little energy cleanse. And yes, I believe that sound waves can clean things, and so do sonic hair toothbrushes and Clarisonic face cleansing brushes, and anything sonic that is sound waves doing a cleansing job. And I believe that it is part of the idea of sending the frequencies we want to see, feel, and hear out into our environment. I just kind of ran out of steam there, didn't I? Let's see here. Before I start this braid, maybe I will find another page in one of my favorite books of all time. I read from it yesterday. Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, A Way of Being. Let's see here. Show you what I'm doing here. Adaptation. Let's see what we've got for adaptation. Let me get my hair ready to braid. Okay. Something peculiar happens. I have such a hard time with that word, do you? Peculiar happens when we practice. With a piece of music we're learning, for example, we might play it over and over. It gets a little easier, a little harder, a little easier. Then we stop and come back a day or two later, and suddenly it flows from us far more naturally. Our fingers seem to have more agility. A difficult knot has untied itself. This phenomenon is different from most forms of learning. It's not reading information and remembering it. It's more mysterious than that. You wake up one morning, transported to this new reality where you suddenly have more skill than you did before you went to sleep. That is so true. Our subconscious does a lot of the work for us without us even like being conscious of it. I mean, that's why it's called the subconscious, right? But yeah, it's amazing what goes on without us even being aware of it, isn't it? And not just in our mind, in our body. Our body has its own intelligence. Like, it's now known that the heart has neurons, the stomach has neurons. Like, our brain isn't the only one doing thinking. And a lot of more information is passed from the heart to the brain than from the brain to the heart. So I feel like when we say things like the heart wants what the heart wants, it's true. I mean, and also there are all the stories of people who have had organ transplants who suddenly want to pick up a new hobby or have a new favorite food, and it turns out that that hobby or food was the favorite of the person who the organ belonged to originally, which is so fascinating. I mean, it shows that we are not just entirely stored in our brains. I mean, and that's not even touching on the whole subject of NDEs, near-death experiences. That is a whole fascinating thing as well, and is covered in at least one episode of the Telepathy Tapes Talk Tracks. And there is a YouTube channel I follow that is just entirely NDE interviews, but I can't remember what it's called now. I don't remember. It's just a guy's name. And he does the interviews, but you like never hear his voice or him asking the questions. You only hear the interviewee's answers. So even though it's his channel, he's kind of invisible. Okay. Anyway, I totally got off topic there again. Y'all, this rat situation and my interrupted sleep is just, it's really derailing me. It is making it much more difficult to focus and maintain a train of thought. I will be so happy, so relieved when it has been dealt with. In the meantime, I am working on being happy anyway. And I am. I mean, honestly, I was amazed with how much peace I'd made with the situation yesterday. The first night, I was really upset and really dysregulated about it. But by last night, it's like, okay, well, this is just a situation we have to deal with, and we're doing what we can, one step at a time, within our budget. Whatever happens, happens. I will be okay. I will be okay. So I mentioned a few days ago that I was doing Giselle Beaumet's 14-day challenge, and I have done 3 days of it. I think I need to catch up on day 4 and day 5. And today, actually, she offered me a free 15-minute call with one of her coaches, which seems crazy to me, and she has promised that it's not a sales call. So having like a free mini course with even a free call seems extremely rare and high touch. So I'm gonna take a lunch today and do that little 15-minute call and see what happens there. I'm super curious. And then I also, she has her, the 14-day challenge on an app called School. If you've never heard of it, I'm in another community on School too. A lot of creators use it to host their communities, and you can gain levels in it based on how much you interact with the community, and through commenting and stuff and posting. And on her community, I actually earned another free mini course by reaching level 2, which I was like, well, I didn't even know that was an option. So I just listened to a little bit of that this morning, and it's all about small practices, kind of like atomic habits, like building tiny practice on top of tiny practice to gain happiness over time. And I fully believe in that. I love the idea. She hasn't talked about this, but since I mentioned Atomic Habits, let me grab it, by James Clear. If you haven't read it, I also recommend this book very much. But it recommends like tying a new habit to something you already do every day. Like I tied doing these videos to braiding my hair, so that for one, I can save time by doing them together. And for two, I'm not going to forget to do it because I'm pairing it with something I'm already in the habit of doing every day. So yeah. So I don't really have a conclusion about the 14-day challenge yet. It seems to be going well. I'm super curious about these new things that are opening up, the call and the other mini course. And so we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you updated. In any case, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease. I love you so much, and I will see you next time.